Hello, welcome back again to the Arsenal, the Gunners. The arrival of Alexander Isak and Eberechi Eze at Arsenal. In the summer of 2025, Arsenal Football Club once again made headlines across the footballing world by securing the signatures of two extraordinary players, Alexander Isak, the Swedish striker admired for his elegance, speed and clinical finishing, and Eberechi Eze, the dazzling English playmaker whose dribbling, creativity and fearless attitude had made him one of the most admired talents in the Premier League. The announcement sent waves of excitement through North London and across the globe, as fans realised that Arsenal were building something even greater than what they had in recent years. This was not just another transfer window. It felt like a statement of intent. Arsenal were not content with being competitive. They wanted to dominate. The background Arsenal had enjoyed steady growth under Mikel Arteta since his appointment years earlier. After ending their long trophy drought with domestic cups and challenging consistently in the Premier League, the Gunners still had one target that eluded them: winning the UEFA Champions League. They had come close, reaching semi-finals and a final, but narrowly missed the crown. The club's ownership, sensing the hunger of the fans and the momentum Arteta had built, decided to fully back him in the transfer market. Arteta, alongside sporting director Edu, identified two profiles they desperately needed. One, a striker with pace, physicality, and technical brilliance, someone who could elevate Arsenal's attack beyond the level of Gabriel Jesus and Eddie Nketiah. Two, an attacking midfielder winger who could create magic in tight spaces, give Bukayo Saka support, and ensure Arsenal always had unpredictability in the final third. Alexander Isak and Eberechi Eze fit these descriptions perfectly. The negotiations. The negotiations were long and complex. Isak had been Newcastle United's star forward, and prizing him away was no easy task. But Arsenal had the lure of London, Champions League football, and the chance to be the centrepiece of a team aiming for greatness. After weeks of back-and-forth discussions, Newcastle accepted a record fee, making Isak the most expensive signing in Arsenal's history. Eberechi Eze's case was different. He had shone brightly at Crystal Palace, and his performances for England made him one of the hottest names in football. Arsenal had been tracking him for years. Finally, with Eze eager for Champions League football and Palace open to negotiations, the deal was struck. When both transfers were announced within the same week, Arsenal fans erupted with joy. Social media was flooded with celebrations, memes, and bold predictions. This is the team that will conquer Europe. The unveiling at the Emirates. On a warm August evening, thousands of Arsenal supporters gathered at the Emirates Stadium for the grand unveiling of their new stars. Red and white smoke filled the air, drums beat loudly, and chants of "North London forever" echoed around the arena. Isak, tall and elegant, walked out first wearing the famous red and white jersey with the number 9 on the back. The crowd roared in approval. He waved, smiled, and later spoke confidently into the microphone. "I'm here to win. Arsenal is a club with history, ambition, and the best fans. I promise to give everything for this badge." Moments later, Eberechi Eze followed, donning the number 10 shirt, a powerful symbol of his creative role in the team. Fans chanted his name rhythmically, "Eze, Eze, Eze." Smiling, he dribbled a ball casually on stage, showing a few tricks before addressing the supporters. "I've always dreamed of playing on the biggest stage. With Arsenal, I believe we can write history together." The atmosphere was electric. It felt like the beginning of something historic. Training and first impressions. At London Colney, Arsenal's training ground, both players quickly integrated into Arteta's demanding sessions. Isak impressed with his sharp movement, intelligent positioning, and lethal finishing during drills. His link-up play with Martin Ødegaard, his fellow Scandinavian, immediately stood out. Eze, on the other hand, brought flair and unpredictability. In small-sided games, he glided past defenders with ease, creating chances for teammates and finishing with composure. His chemistry with Bukayo Saka was especially noticeable. The two seemed to understand each other's movements instinctively. Arteta, known for his meticulous coaching, was delighted. He often pulled the pair aside to give tactical instructions, emphasizing pressing triggers, positional rotations, and transitional play. Both players absorbed his ideas quickly, showing they were not just talented, but also intelligent footballers. The media buzz. The British and international media could not stop talking about Arsenal's new-look squad. Headlines read, Isak and Eze, the new era of Arsenal's attack. From Crystal Palace to the Champions League, Eze's big leap. Isak, Ødegaard, link-up, Scandinavia at the heart of North London. Former players like Thierry Henry and Ian Wright praised the signings. Henry commented, Isak reminds me of a young Henry. He's tall, quick, elegant and deadly in front of goal. With Ødegaard feeding him, he will be unstoppable. Meanwhile, pundits admired Eze's bravery. He plays football with joy and freedom. At Arsenal, with better teammates around him, he could become one of the best in Europe. The Premier League debut. The moment of truth came on the opening day of the season at the Emirates against a tough opponent, Tottenham Hotspur. The North London derby as a debut. It could not have been scripted better. The stadium was a cauldron of noise. Isak led the line, Eze started just behind him, Ødegaard pulled the strings, and Saka attacked from the right. From the very first minute, the chemistry was evident. In the 23rd minute, Eze picked up the ball in midfield, skipped past two Spurs players, and released Ødegaard, who threaded a perfect pass into Isak's path. With one touch, Isak calmly slotted the ball past the goalkeeper. The Emirates exploded. Arsenal 1-0 Tottenham. In the second half, Eze stole the show. Receiving the ball near the edge of the box, he danced past two defenders before curling a sensational strike into the top corner. The celebration, arms wide open, smiling at the fans, became an instant iconic moment. Arsenal won 2-0, and the new signings were the heroes. Off the pitch beyond football, Isak and Eze quickly adapted to life in London. Isak, quiet and humble, often spent time with Ødegaard and his family, enjoying Scandinavian meals and calm evenings. Eze, vibrant and social, became close friends with Saka and Declan Rice, often joking and creating light-hearted moments at training. Both also engaged in community projects. Eze visited local schools, inspiring children with his story of resilience and hard work. Isak, passionate about equality, partnered with Arsenal Foundation to support young footballers from disadvantaged backgrounds. Their connection with the fans grew stronger each week. The bigger picture. As the season progressed, Arsenal's attack became one of the most feared in Europe. Isak's goals, Eze's creativity, Saka's consistency, and Ødegaard's intelligence blended perfectly. Declan Rice anchored the midfield, William Saliba led the defence, and Aaron Ramsdale provided leadership from the back. Arsenal not only challenged for the Premier League title, but also stormed through the Champions League group stages. In Europe, Isak's finishing and Eze's dribbling left defenders in awe. The dream of lifting the Champions League no longer felt distant. It felt inevitable. The legacy. Being written for Arsenal fans, watching Isak and Eze in red and white was more than just football. It was hope, pride and belief that the club was truly back among Europe's elite. The Emirates became a fortress filled with chants, songs and unforgettable nights. And as Arteta often reminded the players, "We are not here just to play football, we are here to make history." With Alexander Isak and Eberechi Eze leading the way, Arsenal's future looked brighter than ever.